Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, GG Sports here. I'm going to be recapping the Cleveland Browns' huge win versus the Chicago Bears in Week 3. So the Browns absolutely blow out the Bears, 26-6. Could have been even a higher score, but we do get the dub. We improved to 2-1, and yeah, this game was just all about the Browns. We were in control the whole time. Justin Fields' debut game was spoiled, mostly by our defensive line. Our defensive line gets 9 sacks, which is like unheard of. Myles Garrett with 4.5 of those. He had a monster performance. Clowney had two. Ronnie Harrison coming in with a sack. J.O. Kagan half a sack. McKinley again half a sack. Just all the defensive line guys really stepped up. I mean, to be fair, the Bears' offensive line's trash, but they still stepped up and they absolutely just murdered the Bears' O line and Justin Fields. So let's talk about the Bears first because there's really not much to talk about the Bears. This was again all about the Browns. But the Bears, like I said, started Justin Fields and they just absolutely threw him in to a wildfire, literally. I mean, they didn't protect him at all. They didn't have him roll out of the pocket at all. The play calling was trash. Um, the offensive line was trash. I don't think this game was Fields' fault. I think that's the one positive thing you can take away from this game if you're a Chicago Bears fan. You can say, hey, this wasn't Justin Fields' fault. His O line is trash. Play calling was trash, you know. But they still lost. The offense put up one net yard passing. One. They had one net yard passing in this game, which is just unbelievable. How just trash that is. I mean, they're just awful. The Bears are awful. Their offense is bad. However, their defense did do pretty well, but they started getting tired, worn out. They were getting tired. The Browns started doing well against them, especially in the second half. But the Bears D line did have 5 sacks. They do have a good defensive front. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about the Bears. This game is really all about the Browns, and if you're a Browns fan like myself, you're feeling pretty darn good about this game, and you're feeling encouraged. The main reason you should feel really encouraged right now is because of how better the defense looked. And you can say, well, yeah, we were facing a pretty bad offense, which is true. But I still thought the scheme from Joe Woods looked a lot better. He was a lot more aggressive. They were blitzing. The coverage I thought was tighter. Um, yeah, the defensive schemes looked a lot better. The guys were executing. Myles Garrett called out the D line earlier this week, saying, "Hey, we got to step it up. If I'm getting double teamed, the other guys, you guys got to step it up." And they delivered as well as Myles Garrett. 9 sacks, like I said, it's just unbelievable. The defense was just lights out. The only good drive the Bears had was the first drive where they got a field goal. But other than that, defense shut them down. And yeah, talking about the offense had a slow start, similar to last game. They seem to start a little slow at home lately. I'm not sure if maybe that's just me or if that's an actual trend, but they seem to start a little slower at home. And the offense actually, from what I've noticed, they actually start off faster on the road. Like if you look at the Chiefs game, we started off really fast, like scored 22 points first half. A bunch of games last year at Tennessee, Dallas, Pittsburgh, just to name a few. We start off really fast on offense on the road, but for some reason we've tended to stall a little bit at home on offense. Baker missed quite a few throws in the opening drive. Wasn't looking as sharp as he did last week. However, when your defense is playing lights out and not allowing anything and basically getting 3 and outs every drive, it doesn't really matter too much. Um, but Baker did throw for 246 yards. He did have a touchdown. He didn't have any interceptions, which always looks great. And then Nick Chubb had 84 yards. Kareem Hunt had about 80, 90 yards, I believe. And then OBJ, this was the return of OBJ. It's not really being talked about a lot just because the main headline for this game is just the defense and how they had 9 sacks. But OBJ did have a good game for it being his first game back. He had 5 receptions for 77 yards, and those were and they were big receptions. Quite a few of them were on third down. So yeah, it was great to have OBJ back. I thought he looked pretty good, and I think he's gonna get even better as the season goes on. I know he said he was pretty exhausted after this game, which is normal to come off a big injury to feel pretty exhausted after that first game. But yeah, it was good to have him back. Baker was also spreading the ball around to different receivers. Donovan Peoples-Jones had some good catches. Higgins had 2 catches. Hooper had a really nice touchdown grab to put us up 10-3 heading into halftime. So yeah, Baker's spreading the ball around really well. Kareem Hunt had a really nice 30-yard touchdown run, roughly 30 yards. Um, so yeah, offense had a slow start, but they started to get the ball rolling as the game went on. So yeah, final score 26-6. Browns get the dub. We got Minnesota next week. That's gonna be a really interesting game, I think, because Stefanski was with Minnesota for all those years, and now it's kind of like a a revenge game for him, maybe. So I'm curious to see how that game's going to go. I'll be previewing that game later on during the week. Um, but yeah, that's really all I have to say about this game. I mean, it's just a complete domination. It was really nice to see. We were in control of the game the whole time. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this game down below in the comment sections. And yeah, go Browns, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.